Welcome again in the lecture series of signals and systems. In the previous 4 lectures, we have seen the basic foundation for the Fourier transform, and also we have seen the Fourier transform of some basic signals. And in this lecture, we will come to know some properties, some important properties of the Fourier transforms, as the one very important property of this tool is linearity. Linearity, which states that if there is a signal in time domain x1t, and when it is converted or transformed in the frequency domain, it becomes x1 omega, and there is a signal x2t, after transformation it becomes x2 omega. Now if we add these two signals x1t and x2t after a weight multiplied in these two signals a and b, then this will become Fourier transform of a x1t plus b x2t will be ax1 omega plus b x2 omega. This is what the linearity property of the Fourier transform states. If the signal x1 produces another function x1 omega in the frequency domain, x2t produces x2 omega in the frequency domain, then if we will multiply these two signals by some weight or by some constant a and b and add up these two signals, then then these signals in the frequency domain will get added. Proof, we can find the proof. The Fourier transform of ax1 t plus b x2 t will be equal to, as we know, the Fourier transform of a signal xt can be written as integration from minus infinite to plus infinite xt e power minus j omega t dt, which is equal to x of omega. Now instead of x of t here, the function given is ax1t plus bx2t. So in place of xt I will write ax1t plus bx2t. It will become ax1t plus bx2t into e power minus j omega t dt. If this signal x1 omega is the Fourier transform of x1t, then this x1 omega can be written as integration from minus infinite to plus infinite x1t e power minus j omega t dt, and this x2 omega can be written as x2t e power minus j omega t dt. Now from here I can further simplify it as this will be equal to integration from minus infinite to plus infinite a times x1t e power minus j omega t dt plus this will become b times integration from minus infinite to plus infinite x2 t e power minus j omega t dt. Now compare these two relations. Here it is ax1t e power minus j omega t. What does it means? It means that this value, compare these two, this is equal to x1 of omega, and this term integration from minus infinite to plus infinite x2t into e power minus j omega t is equal to x2 omega, and this will become a x1 omega plus b x2 omega. This is what the linearity property says. Fourier transform ax1t plus bx2t will be equal to ax1 omega plus bx2 omega. This is the linearity property of the Fourier transform. Another very important property of this tool is that shifting in time domain, or we can say time shifting property of Fourier transform. Time shifting property of Fourier transform is another important property which says that if a signal xt produces signal x omega, then x of Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught will be equal to e power minus j omega t naught into x of omega. It means that if in the time domain the signal is shifted by a unit t naught, then in the frequency domain the signal will be multiplied by a complex exponential which is e power minus j omega t naught. Now consider the proof as the signal xt in the time domain, it can be written as xt is equal to Fourier transform of xt can be written as limit on the integration is from minus infinite to plus infinite x of t e power minus j omega t dt. Now if I will shift this signal by t naught, then this will become Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught will be equal to x of t minus t naught into e power minus j omega t dt. Now change this variable, consider this t minus t naught is equal to some other variable t minus t naught is equal to, suppose it is z. If t minus t naught is equal to z, then this limit is on the t, this limit is on the t, then what will be the value of limit when t is minus infinite? When this t will be from minus infinite to plus infinite, this z will also be from minus infinite to plus infinite. It means the limit on the z will remain same as it was on the t, and from here we can write this dt will be replaced by, if I will differentiate this will give dt is equal to dz, and also this t can be replaced by t is equal to z plus t naught. Now put all these values in this integration, put all these values in the given integration, then Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught will become, this is integration from minus infinite to plus infinite x. Now in place of t minus t naught I will put z here, e power minus j omega. In place of t this will become z plus t naught, j omega into z plus t naught, and in place of dt it will become dz here. This is in place of t minus t naught, it is z here. In place of t this will become z plus t naught, and in place of dt here this will become dz. Now simplify this further. This can be written as x of z e power minus j omega z into e power minus j omega t naught dz. Now because I am integrating this function with respect to z, this e power minus j omega t naught will be a constant. I will put this term outside of this integration, and this will become e power minus j omega t naught integration from minus infinite to plus infinite xz e power minus j omega z dz. Then what this function is? This is the Fourier transform of xt, which is x of omega. It means that Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught will become e power minus j omega t naught into x of omega. It means that if signal in the time domain is shifted by a unit t naught, then the signal in the frequency domain will be multiplied by e power minus j omega t naught. Similarly, this signal is shifted by t naught to the right. If I will shift this signal xt to the left by t unit, means Fourier transform of x of t plus t naught will give e power plus j omega t naught into x omega. It means that if signal is shifted to the right, the negative sign will remain here, and if the signal is shifted to the left, means if here is the plus sign given, then here also will be the positive sign. Another property, this is the shifting in time domain. Now what will happen if I will shift the signal in the frequency domain? Shifting in the frequency domain. If I will shift the signal in frequency domain, it means that if Fourier transform of xt is, these are two different functions, suppose this is small x. If the Fourier transform of xt is x omega, then if I will shift the signal in the frequency domain, this will give e power j omega naught t into xt when the signal is shifted in the frequency domain. When the signal is shifted in the frequency domain, this will give if the signal is shifted in the frequency domain to the right, then the signal in time domain will be multiplied by e power plus j omega naught into t. Look into the proof of this property. Find the Fourier transform of e power j omega naught t xt. This will give integration from minus infinite to plus infinite. In place of xt, I will put this function here. This will become xt into e power j omega naught t into e power minus j omega t dt. And this can be further written as, this is limit from infinite to plus infinite, xt e power, write it as minus j t, and this will become omega minus omega naught, omega minus omega naught dt. And this is the Fourier transform for of the, in place of x of omega, here it is omega minus omega naught. Means if x of omega is equal to, we know the formula for the Fourier transform, means the signal x of omega is written as xt e power minus j omega t dt. Then signal x of omega minus omega naught will be written as xt. In place of omega, I will write e power minus j omega minus omega naught t dt. This is what we will get from here. This is the Fourier transformed signal. It is x of omega minus omega naught. So I will write it as x of omega minus omega naught, where x of omega is the Fourier transform of xt. Then we can write that, we can write from here that if the Fourier transform of its signal xt is x omega, then the Fourier transform of e power j omega naught t into xt will be equal to x of omega minus omega naught. And which is the point to emphasize here, if there is a negative sign here, means if the signal is shifted to the right in the frequency domain, then the signal in the time domain will be multiplied by e power plus j omega naught t. If minus is here, then the sign on the power to the e will be positive. And similarly, if this signal in the time domain is multiplied by e power minus j omega naught t, then signal in the frequency domain will be shifted to the left by omega naught. If there is a negative sign here, then signal will be shifted to the left. This is the frequency shifting property of the Fourier transform. Another property is time reversal. Fourth property is time reversal. Time reversal means if the signal is folded about y-axis in the time domain, if the signal xt is folded about the y-axis in the time domain, then it will also be folded about the y-axis in the frequency domain. Suppose Fourier transform of a signal xt is x omega, then Fourier transform of x of minus t will be equal to x of minus omega. We can see the proof as xt can be written as Fourier transform of xt can be written as, it is minus infinite to plus infinite xt e power minus j omega t dt. Then the Fourier transform of x of minus t will be equal to limit from minus infinite to plus infinite x of minus t e power minus j omega t dt. Replace this t by minus t in this given function. When I will replace this t by minus t, limit will remain unchanged and this will become x of t e power plus j omega t dt. This is what we can get after replacing the variable t by minus t. Now further this can be written as equal to limit from minus infinite to plus infinite x of t e power minus j minus omega t dt. This is the formula of Fourier transform of signal xt, but instead of plus omega it is written here minus omega. It means that this will be the Fourier transform of x of minus omega. You can find this by comparing these two equations. This is a xt e power minus j plus omega t. Here it is xt into e power minus j into minus omega t. It means that this is the Fourier transform of the signal. This is the Fourier transform of signal x of minus t, which will be equal to x of minus omega. This is what the reversal property says. Another important property is time scaling property. The next property is time scaling property. Time scaling property of the Fourier transform. And what this property does mean, it means that if the signal xt is transformed to frequency domain and gives the function x of omega, then the Fourier transform of signal x of at will be equal to 1 upon mod of a into x of omega upon a. This is what the Fourier transform property states. Suppose we can write the Fourier transform of the signal xt as limit from minus infinite to plus infinite xt e power minus j omega t dt, and Fourier transform of x of at will be equal to minus infinite to plus infinite to plus infinite x of at e power minus j omega, and in place, and this will become t dt. Now change this variable at. Suppose this is equal to, suppose at is equal to another variable z. If this at is equal to z, then from here t will be equal to z by a and dt will be equal to 1 by a into dz. Now put all these value in the given function. We know, because the limit on the t is from minus infinite to plus infinite, if we will put t is equal to minus infinite, here z will also become minus infinite. It means that the limit on the variable z will remain same as from minus infinite to plus infinite. Now put all these values in the given function. This will become x of at is equal to limit from minus infinite to plus infinite In place of at I will put x of z here, and this will become e power minus j omega. In place of t I will put here t is equal to z by a, means omega into z by a, and in place of dt I will write dz by a, which can be further simplified as 1 by a limit from minus infinite to plus infinite x of z e power minus j omega by z omega by a into z dz. This is how the function can be written after replacing the variables, and this is the, if x omega can be written as limit from minus infinite to plus infinite xt e power minus j omega t dt, then x of omega by a will be equal to limit from minus infinite to plus infinite xt e power minus j omega by a into t dt. It means that this is Fourier transform in the form of x of capital X, here it is capital X, x of omega by a. Relate these two equations. This will give x of omega by a. So this will be equal to 1 by a into x of omega by a. Now, in the given relation, if this a is, we can find here the Fourier transform of x of at will be equal to 1 by a x of omega by a, and this can be further written as 1 by a mod of 1 by mod of a x of omega upon a, because if we will replace this variable, mod of a means this will be equal to minus a if a is less than 0, and this will be equal to plus a if a is greater than 0. This is what we can write here. If this a is less than 0, if a is less than 0, then this can be written as 1 upon minus a x of omega upon minus a, and this is when a is less than 0, and if a is greater than 0, this can be written as 1 by a x of omega by a. So for a is less than 0, a is greater than 0, this will also become 1 by a x of omega by a. So the result will remain same for a is less than 0 and for a is greater than 0. I can put a modulus here. So this is what, this is the scaling property of the Fourier transform. Some more properties we will discuss in the coming lectures. So this is all for this lecture. Thank you.